Okay,
Sir,
now, yes.
last time you gave us an example which we have to do, so and you gave the answers. So I can't
Okay,
remember those answers. Can I have those answers?
okay. But anyway, when I gave you the exercise or example to do, I wanted you to do it. So if you have some challenges, it's then that you come back to me. So in other words, you're telling me that you didn't get an answer, you face some challenges.
Oh, I do have them.
No, we want to confirm
Or
our
you want
answers.
to
We got your
compare?
answers.
Hey, we
Or
want
you
to
want?
go.
No, it's fine. So we can just talk about it. But before I forget, remember you are going to write a quiz on Tuesday. Then I forgot to mention the time. The time we're going to write it during tutorial hours from 1 o'clock until 20 to 3. But the quiz is only for 1 hour. But I think you saw my instruction. I sent something on Blackboard. Did you see that?
Yes, sir, we did.
Yes.
Okay, so I can just remind you some of the important things to remind you that there are some things that are very important, although all of them are very important there. So, but there are some of them that are more important than the other. So now, like I said, quiz is on Tuesday, the 15th of March, 2022, and the time is from 13 hours to 14 hours. In other words, it's a 1 hour quiz where 30 minutes is for writing a quiz, and another 30 minutes is for submission. Okay, all in all, it's 1 hour. So another thing is about the writing down your particulars on the script when you submit. So on the main question, actually on a new page, you have to write down your student number, your surname, and initials. Those are very important because there are those who forget to write their names and student numbers. So it's very difficult for us to trace you, even though at the end of the day we ended up finding your name. But it's very important to indicate your name, your student number, and your initials. The next thing is after you have done writing, so you have to scan all the pages together to generate a single PDF file. And then you have to name your PDF document as a student number underscore surname underscore initials. Okay. And then upload your PDF file via Blackboard link only. In other words, we're saying that there are no attachments that will be accepted through email. So attachment to emails are not accepted. This is very important. Again, you have to make sure that you submit on time. So late submission, again, is not accepted. However, I'm going to create a session where while you are writing, if you have some difficulties, some challenges, you have to report it to that session. I will be there monitoring. So I think it's very important to mention that. Any question before we move on regarding the quiz?
Sir, can you please repeat? I was kicked out by the network.
Okay. I said number one, on that instruction that I sent yesterday, I forgot to mention the time. So remember, the quiz is on Tuesday, the 15th of March, 2022, and the time is starting from 13 hours until 14 hours. In other words, a 1 hour quiz, where 30 minutes is for writing up a quiz, and another 30 minutes is for you to organize and submit. So so you don't forget to write your student number on the pages there. Student number, surnames, and initials. They are very important, that one. Then while you're done that, you have to scan all the pages together to generate a single PDF file. Okay. Then you name your PDF document as a student number underscore surname underscore initials. Okay. Then you have to submit your quiz through Blackboard link. You don't have to use any channels, any other channels. Okay. Then, in other words, there are no attachments that will be allowed through emails. So in other words, attachment to emails are not acceptable. Okay. And then you must make sure that you submit on time. So no late submissions are accepted. Okay. Then I'm going to create a session where if you have some difficulties, you have to report them. Then we'll be willing to assist you. So those are the instructions that I submitted yesterday. And I hope you must go through them, you understand them, so that you won't have any difficulties. I thank you. So now you can come up with your questions. Smanga?
Sir, can you be able to make that the sessions will be downloadable?
The session?
The session? Yes, they're not downloadable. I think.
Which session? The one that
the previous records.
So are you telling me that you can't find them then?
They're not downloadable, and my phone is taking long to load, so I prefer downloading. But they're not downloadable.
So there is no one who's downloading them.
It's what they told me. They're not downloadable. You can just view. I don't know if I'm
okay,
wrong.
Okay. Fine. I'll find it from the class rep. Okay. So, any question?
Sir,
Mm.
on the last exercise you gave us, I want to ask something.
But I can't even remember what type of exercise is that one. Can you remind me on that?
It was a ARMA 1-1.
Oh, ARM 1-1. Auto regressive moving average of 1-1. Okay, it was about what?
I want to ask about the formula, sir. The general formula.
The one that we have created.
Yeah, both the one we've created and the one we were doing for ARMA PQ process.
Oh, okay, the general one, yes.
Because on the PQ, the general formula, our Z variables, they are all positive. But here on our ARMA 1-1, the ZT minus 1, it goes with a negative theta. Why is it negative here, but on the PQ?
No, remember, okay, I understand what you're saying. Remember, there are two different processes. They are not the same, even though maybe all of them, yeah, because the first one is the general one, and the other one is for order one. So they won't be the same. And again, you have to check whether the parameters are positive or negative. It's very important. That is why I said you must just follow all those steps that we did, rather than just going down there and take that general equation and use it, because sometimes you can use it in a wrong process. So I think it's better for you to know how to come up with those weights. I think we are talking about the weights. How to come up with those psi weights and pi weights, rather than just taking the generalized one and use it and apply it somewhere. because it might confuse you, because you can find that the one that you have generalized there, it's having a positive parameters, and the one that you have been asked to find out there, they are having a negative parameters. So you can't use that one for positive in the negative parameters. So they are not the same. So I can advise you that please make sure that you know how to follow those steps that I told you before.
Also, when we are calculating the weight, this is the
Mm.
formula that we should be using, the one with the negative.
I'm saying you follow the procedure, starting from the process. You check whether you are going to find the psi weights. If you are going to find the psi weights, you make xt the subject of the formula.
Yes,
Then
that
from
procedure
there,
I understand, sir.
yes, those are the procedures.
That
In
procedure I
any process,
understand.
in any processes, you have to follow that.
Yes, that one I understand, sir.
Mm.
I'm just saying, here in the textbook, they have something different for the ARMA11 process. Instead of negative minus theta 1 zt minus 1, they have plus theta 1 zt minus 1.
Hey, isn't that is something that you can just, we just assume the process to be like that. So that we do have many autoregressive of one process. So this is another type of autoregressive of order 1 1. Someone can come with the process with a positive negative 0.5 xt minus 1, and then another one with a minus zt, then plus 0.3 zt minus 1. So they're going to be different because the signs are different. So you can't just apply the general one, the one that you have used to calculate that one. So it's very important to check the process. So you can just take any ARMA 1 1 process because there are many, and try to generate the psi weight and pi weights. But the main important thing is that you have to follow those procedures. Don't worry about the process that there is a positive there, there is a negative there. So that one is not an issue. The issue is how do you generate those psi weights and pi weights? Okay.
So
Mm.
that pi width and psi width, I understand. The issue here is when I'm going to, when I look for my parameters of theta and
Oh, in that case, for parameters, you have to find them when you want to check maybe whether there is the process is invertible or is stationary. So here in the pi weights and psi weights, you don't have to worry about whether the other one is positive or the other one is negative. As long as you write it in backsheet operator, you make xt the subject formula, or you make zt the subject formula, it's fine. So when you want to worry about the parameters, it's either phi or thetas. It's when you want to check whether the process is stationary or invertible. Where I said, if you just want to consider whether the process is stationary, you have to ignore the moving average, ZTs. If you want to consider whether the process is invertible, you have to ignore the XTs. So that one is for finding whether the process is stationary or whether the process is invertible. It has nothing to do with the weight.
okay, sir.
Did you get it?
Yes.
Okay, any question?
Sir,
Mm.
could you assist me with exercise 3.10.2 on the lecture notes?
Okay, 3.10.2. Yes, I see it. Number A or B?
Yes. B.
Yes.
Is it wise of me if I take 1 minus root 3 as the coefficient of B?
1 minus
Root 3 as a coefficient of B.
How did you get that? 1 minus rho.
Look into the question into the B. It says we have 1 minus root 3b plus b squared xt is
Yes,
equals to zt, right?
yes,
So
yes.
if I say my phi 1 is equals to 1 minus root 3, will I be correct or wrong?
Phi 1 is equal to minus.
Phi 1 is equals to minus 1 plus root 3, yes.
Oh, so phi 1 is there. It don't include that 1 plus. Phi 1 is that it's supposed to have a square root of something. The question is it going to be a minus square root of 3 or a positive square root of 3? You get that? Or
Oh,
in other words, to write it nicely so that you can see it well, remember that process is in backshift operator. So write it in a normal way. When you write it in a normal way, it's going to be xt minus square root of 3 xt minus 1 plus xt minus 2. Okay? Then from there,
yes,
because this one now is an autoregressive process, you forgot about that zt. Then everything on the left equate it to 0. Then you make xt the subject of the formula. It's then that you can find that phi 1 that we're talking about. And in this regard, I think it's going to be a positive square root of phi 1 is going to be a positive square root of 3.
yes, that is true, sir.
Yes, it's supposed to be like that.
It was quite difficult for me finding it, sir. Okay,
No,
thank you,
but
sir.
now
That makes sense.
you get it. Okay, thanks.
Yeah, I
Any
get it.
question? Okay. So I'm going to give you this opportunity until 10 past 8, I think. We can just take the whole 2 hours for any questions. You will send them on email, then I will be answering them. Okay?
Can you hear me?
Yes, okay. Okay.
So if you have got a time series of xt is equals to maybe 0.9 xt minus 1 plus zt, and then they say calculate the variance of x1 plus x2 plus x3 all over 4 maybe. How do you do
Okay,
that?
let me just write it down because you're just saying it. Let me just write it somewhere. Patient. Okay, you're saying what?
I'm saying it's xt is equals to
Wait a bit. Xt is equal to
0.9 xt minus 1 plus zt
0.9 xt minus 1
plus zt.
plus zt.
And then they say find the value of x1 plus x2 plus x3 all over 4.
X1 plus what?
x2 plus x3 all over 4.
Oh, okay. I get what you're saying. X1, okay, let me do it. Plus X2 plus X3.
Yes, all over 4.
Like this.
Yeah, but it's inside, like it's a var of that whole thing, which means it's going to be outside when it's 1 over 16 var of x1 plus x2 plus x3.
Oh, I get what you're saying. You want to find this. Now, remember, this one now, remember, if you are dealing with the variables that are not independent, okay, so you have to include the curve of something, okay. But if you have been given the variable that are independent, you don't have to worry about the curve of something. In other words, in this case, because we don't know, they didn't tell us whether they are independent or what. So what you have to do, var of a constant times something is going to be 1 over a 16, isn't it? Var of x1, x2, x3, isn't it? So now let's expand that. So it's 1 over 16, open brackets, var of x1 plus var of x2, it's too long, man. Var of x3. Then you include the what? The curve of. Okay. Then you said plus 2. The curve of what? x1 and x2. So we don't have space here. Let me just take this one. Just take this one so that
Sir,
you can. Eh?
can I ask, why do you have to introduce the curve?
Because x1, x2, x3, they are not independent. You get that?
Oh, okay.
Hey, x1 and x2, they are not independent. Let me just write it here so that you can see it well. Okay. Now, what we are saying is that you're having the var of x1 plus x2. Oh, there is 1 over 4 here. Okay. x2.
It's 1 over 16.
Yeah. Thank you. 1 over 16. Over 16. Yeah, like this, isn't it? Then I said is equivalent to 1 over 16, open brackets, the var of x1 plus the var of x2 plus the var of x3 plus. Now you have to include the curve because x1, x2, they are not independent. So you are going to have the two curves of x1 and x2. Okay? You combine one x1 and x2. Then later again you have to combine x1 and x3. You get that? And again you have to combine x2 and x3. I think we are done. Combine all of them. So 1 and 2, 1 and 3, 2 and 3. Yes. Now, after doing this, okay.
Sir,
Yes.
where does those two come from?
No, I thought maybe you know those are the properties of the covariance, which I suppose we have done them in the second level. They said the var of A and B, A plus B, okay. If A and B are not independent, okay, this is equivalent to the var of A plus the var of B plus the two curve of A and B. You don't know this. Are you aware of this? This is a property which I suppose you have done it in second level. The var of A plus B is equal to the var of A plus var of B plus two curve of A and B. But remember, here we've got three variables, x1, x2, and x3. So you're going to say the var of x1 plus the var of x2 plus the var of x3 plus the two curve of combination of the two variable plus the two curve of combination of another two variable plus two curve of combination of two variables. So what we did there, we applied this as the property.
All right.
Yes. Can I erase this? Because we don't need this. So now the question is, what is the var of x1? Remember, from the properties of autocovariances, the var of xt is always equal to gamma 0. It's equal to var of xt plus 1. It's equal to var of x1. All of them are gamma zeros. So therefore here you're going to have 1 over 16 gamma 0. So this one, because we don't have a space here, this one is gamma 0. This one is gamma 0. This one is gamma 0. So how many gamma zeros are there? 3 of them, isn't it? So you're going to have 3 gamma 0. Okay, then he said plus. Now, what about this one? 2 curve of x1 and x2. What about this one?
2 gamma 1.
Gamma 1. Very good. So it's 2 gamma 1. Okay, when I'm mixing the colors. So it's 2 gamma 1. Then he said plus. You do the same here.
2 gamma 2.
Yes, 2 gamma 2. Thank you very much. Do you follow, guys? 2 gamma 2 plus. The last one?
2 gamma 1.
2 gamma 1. Thank you very much. Then you see? Now you combine the like terms. You have got 2 gamma 1 and 2 gamma 1. So you are going to have 1 over 16. Yeah, I said 1 over 6. Open brackets, 3 gamma 0 plus 2 gamma 1 plus 4 gamma 4 gamma 1, sorry. So here's 4 gamma 1. You follow? Here's 2 gamma 2. Here's 2 gamma 2. You get that? So now the question is, where do you find gamma 0? Where do you find gamma 0? From the process. Find gamma 0, gamma 1, and gamma 2. You're going to find it from the process. For example, let's say they gave you this type of process. Let me say the general one. Plus, this is a T. Oh, did you have the process? The one who brought this question. You were having the process, ne?
Yes.
Oh, okay. So tell me that process again. So because now I'm creating another one. It says what?
It was 0.9 xt minus 1 plus ZT.
0.9 xt
minus 1.
minus 1 plus ZT, ne?
Yes.
If you check this one, is the autoregressive of order 1 process, AR1 process. So to find gamma zeros, you know the procedure. You can say this one is question number 1. Multiply question number 1 by xt take expectations to find gamma 0. Then to find gamma 1, multiply equation number 1 by xt minus 1, find gamma 2, multiply equation number 1 by xt minus 2, and so on. So you are going to find those gammas. Gamma zeros, you are going to find them here. Because at the end, you are going to find gamma k, which is equal to something. So this way, you are going to find gamma 0, gamma 1, and gamma 2. Then you add them together and find the final answer. I think the rest you can finalize, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. So this is how you do it. Our time, I think, is almost up. I can give you a chance to ask one more question.
You So,
Yes.
did you give those answers I asked later?
Which one?
For example, 3.10.
Example 3.10.1.
Yeah. The last example you gave us yesterday. Is it yesterday?
The last
Last
example.
previous class.
I can't remember.
3.10.2.
Eh?
3.10.2.
3.10.2.
Mm.
Oh, okay. 3.10.2. Didn't I give you the solution?
No, I don't know the solution.
Okay. The solution are, I think you have to find the psi weights, ne? Is it psi weights? But I have
For
done only for psi weights. Psi weights, I think
weight.
it's psi 0 is equal to 1.
Yes.
Psi 1 is equal to 1.5.
Yes.
Psi 2 is equal to 0.75.
All right.
Psi 3 is equal to 0.375.
Okay, no problem.
Okay, so it's fine. Can we stop here? If you have any question, just send me through emails. I will respond to them. Can I stop recording? Anyone?
Yes,
Are you still there?
you can stop.
Oh, okay. Thank you. So, like I said, if you have any question, you are welcome.